be dealing with this mess that we're dealing with now or 4 years ago. And if not Delegate Jill P. Carter, someone else that was more qualified, quantified, and sanctified, and we wouldn't see, of course, much of the conditions existing in the city of Baltimore right now. So we have to be wise enough to go back and look at what happened in 1971 when we, of course, would have had the opportunity to elect a George Russell instead of a William Donald Schaefer. Then in 1999, where we should have had opportunity to elect a Councilman Lawrence Bell or Councilman Carl Stokes and not a Mayor Martin O'Malley, we wouldn't see a lot of these problems that are existing today in the city as well as in the state. So, you know, again, I just want to thank Sister Tammy for allowing me to sit in, but just encouraging brothers and sisters to get registered to vote, but know, of course, why you're voting is we're coming up on the 48th anniversary of the Great March on Washington, and, of course, the historical words of Dr. King, but also in terms of the people, ordinary people who stood up to do extraordinary work, as what this day and this time is going to call for. So we got to know what's on the ballot because this year will be the year of the ballot and the bullet, as we're seeing with the war, with the drones, and we have to have people growing up to become politically mature, not allowing ourselves to be dumbed down in terms of the presidential race, talking only about where Paul Ryan or Mitt Romney works out at. That's not important. What's important is their principles and their policies that are affecting so many of our people at a time that more of our people, black folk, but black, brown, red, yellow, and white, are hurting in this country. From the foreclosures to the recent report that came out that every 40 hours a black man or black woman is killed by a police officer. That is real. That is still happening in Baltimore City, Baltimore County, even though they think they've arrived. Somebody forgot to tell them that they don't even have a supermarket up and down that corridor up there. And Prince George's County, the black largest, wealthiest enclave in the country right now, is losing more political power and economic power than ever before. And so
is that because of redistricting?
Well, not just the redistricting, foreclosures. Baltimore, a recent report came out that Maryland is number one in home foreclosures, and the mayor could sign an executive order to say there will be no foreclosures in the city. The governor could sign an executive order to say there will be no foreclosures in the state of Maryland, just as they have in Washington, D.C. So we got to protect the wealth that we, of course, have accumulated and be able to pass that on to the generations to come. Otherwise, our Middle Passage in My Alpha is still continuing today on August the 22nd, 2012 at 2 o'clock on WFBR.